Hello everyone and welcome to This Week in Keyboards. I'm sorry that this is a day late. I've been battling with a cold. If you watched the last Top Clack, I'm sure you all heard that sniffling action that's been going on in my nose. But without further ado, let's get started. Starting off, I had the Northern California Mechanical Keyboard Meetup in Fremont last weekend, and that was awesome. I want to thank WASD Keyboards for hosting us, and I want to thank all of the vendors and individuals who contributed to the giveaway. It was a great time seeing so many people in person and putting usernames to faces. My Top Clack co-host Quakums flew out from Seattle, which was awesome. I met the ever-incredulous Nerdly and ever-so-sagacious Hata. There are folks from Massdrop there, as well as many other community members. Tiny, J-Chan, Scully Days, and many, many more. It was an awesome event with awesome people. Thank you so much everyone who attended. Keep your eyes out for information regarding my next NorCal and SoCal meetups, as well as Quakeum's Seattle meetup in July. Speaking of awesome people, unfortunately I do have some bad news relating to one of them. J-Chan has made an announcement that Keyclack will be closing down after the GMK Soware group buy. Due to some family health issues, Keyclack will not be continuing until further notice. I want to give my deepest sympathies to J-Chan. J-Chan, you're an awesome guy. Keep on shining, you crazy diamond. Speaking of things that won't be, the Sprit group buy Massdrop was started and cancelled this week. Due to the community lashing out at Massdrop due to the Sprit spring drop, they've decided to pull this drop from their sites. For those who may not be aware, Sprit does a lot of work concerning springs, acrylic cases, lubes, stabilizers, and a plethora of products. Unfortunately, he's not the most timely or responsive, with many customers waiting months and months for their products without any updates from Sprit. I think it was good that Massdrop listened to the community, and it may pave the way to better customer-vendor relations in the future. So let's move on with some other cool keyboard news this week. This week, there was an interest check for the E8-V2 Custom TKL, which personally, I think is a pretty cool keyboard. It has that Win keyless pseudo aesthetic with the blocker, but you still have your Win key. How did they do this? They took out the option key, which I think was a great compromise. I'll be keeping my eye out on this in the future. This case looks decent, and I like the idea. While the E8-V2 is still in the interest check stage, LifeZ has launched a group buy for his LZ CLS TKL. It's quite the behemoth of a keyboard with a decent look. The case may look relatively simple, but I'm sure it's a tank. I'm a bit disappointed though with the price of this keyboard, it being so high. On this week's Top Clack, I discussed both this keyboard and the E8-V2 with Quakums and our guest Nerdly. I think we all unanimously decided that we'd rather go with the E8-V2 based off of looks and price. But if you're looking for a premium TKL, this could be the way to go. LifeZ is quite the name behind him, especially with his keyboards. The TKL train doesn't stop this week. Originative has announced they'll be selling Novatouches as well as Norbauer's aluminum Novatouch cases. They should have the Novatouch cases in stock now, and everything should be shipping out relatively soon. Over on Instagram, our boy Zeal has teased the Zeal 65 case. 65% layouts seem to be the way of 2017, just like the poker was the way of 2016. Reminds me of a 65% text case with the lip on the bottom. I do love that bar that goes through the bottom to raise your keyboard and give a good angle. And I think it looks pretty nice overall, but I'd rather wait for a high profile version in the future. But if you haven't hopped on the 65% hype train yet, maybe this keyboard will be the one you hop on when it comes out. On the almost 65% font, the Varmillo 68MG will be on sale at Caps Unlocked soon. For those who may have missed it, the 68MG is Varmillo's board that they have made out of magnesium. It's pretty sturdy and remarkably light at the same time. And before the current 65% hype, this was probably the preferred layout for those who wanted arrow keys on their 60%. I do like how they made the cases out of magnesium. That's pretty different, and I wonder if we'll see other cases out of magnesium in the future. Hard to say when they had a 25% fail rate. Over on MechKeys.io, the same folks who are running the current Wattster group buy, they are now running a group buy for GMK Vin Caps. So if you're into Vim and Cherry Profile, there you go. Recently on Keclac, we had Flehrad on. He's a cool guy who runs The Board, which is a mechanical keyboard podcast. You should check it out sometime if you're in the mood to digest more mechanical keyboard info and news. This week, Flehrad had uploaded a nice video introducing the curious to the magic of creating custom keysets, cases, and a PCB. That's a lot of content for a video, and if any of those topics seem like it'd be right up your alley, check out him, check out his video. He's awesome. The last piece of news is a nice little bit of community collaboration. The community has created a doc online filled with Taobao links for some of the most popular Taobao keyboard-related purchases in the community. This includes cases, PCBs, keycaps, and more. So if you're itching to grab something from Taobao but don't know where to start, check this list out that the community put together. That's it for this episode of This Week in Keyboards. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.